The maestro, Barry White, is our guest on this edition of Black Focus. I'm Jay Johnson, your host. And just prior to going to the break, Barry, we were talking about Love Unlimited Gold Records. What I want to ask you is, in a time when folks are having so many problems with record companies, when I say people, I'm talking about executives, and so many companies are folding because of taping, how do you survive, a black man with a black company?
I am not excluded from that nightmare of piracy and bootlegging. I look at it like this, Jay. When man becomes disenchanted with just making a living, when he turns to greed, it kills him every time. The same companies who are crying, we're going out of business, we're going out of business, we're going out of business, are the same companies who make the blank tape. So you have a record division and a tape division. The blank tape enables one to record music today. Technology has put everything in our hands where we can record music today without paying for it. That's too bad that the industry put that kind of weapon out there to kill themselves. I cannot expect for a person, regardless of what color he is or who he is, to want to hear a song and can't afford to buy it. I cannot blame that person for picking up his tape recorder and taping it, because we put the element in his hand to do it. We gave him permission. So how do I survive? I keep making my records. I'll keep making my records. I'll keep making my records. Some kind of way, the elements and the things that guides and guards my life takes care of Barry White.
Is there some kind of underlying guideline for this? Is there some kind of way out? Is there some kind of form of survival for the artist? Let's remove you now from the company. For the artist itself.
It's a big problem, Jay. I've been to many seminars. They're trying to come up with different electronic devices to keep people from being able to record. Greed is a funny thing. Once you take a bite of it, it tends to turn on you and start eating you up. The industry was making enough money. The industry was growing fast enough. The industry was progressing enough without getting that greedy, that hoggish, becoming that bullish on money. It's a problem in America. Same thing happened to disco. It started out as an art form for the public, and everybody saw it as quick money. Naturally, we're a capitalistic country. Everybody jumped on it, and before you knew it, it was over. The record industry is no different, and we are no exception to greed and the repercussions of greed.
What can you do now if you find that the record companies are basically responsible, on one hand making the tape and on the other hand making the album? Who then is at fault?
The company is.
What are we going to do about that?
I don't know,
why would the consumer have to suffer?
The consumer, in my opinion, is not suffering.
The consumer began taping because the cost of records.
That's right. In 1975, I was the only artist in the industry that begged the industry not to raise the prices. I begged 20th Century Records, don't raise my record prices. Number one, Jay, music is a free commodity. You're not supposed to have to pay for it. That's the first rule. Since you have to pay for it, it must be regulated. It must be handled with care, because the record business is a very lucrative business. It's the only business where a man can go to sleep tonight poor and wake up tomorrow a rich man. So when you have an industry like that, everyone must beware of the temptations, of the traps that's waiting for you. What is going to happen to the new artists coming in? They're going to have to come in with a different philosophy. They can't just come into this business as a singer. They got to come in with the intentions of becoming a great singer, becoming a great songwriter, becoming their own record producer, learning what the management business is, learning what engineering is. If it's possible, they can become a musician. Fine. We are dealing with your life. No different than this show you do, the radio you do. If you go into work late all the time, Jay, you won't have no gig. If you go to your job and only know how to do one thing, Jay, you are in serious trouble. Any kind of person who is looking for a living, to earn his own living, a lot of people play with this record business, man. They use this glamour as a beautiful little bubble to flash in front of the outer world. But that bubble is very dangerous. The record industry has split up more families than it's put together. It's tough to get insurances for certain things being involved and being that your money is made from this industry. So instead of coming into it starry-eyed and grinning and you know, and acting like you're crazy, you should come in very serious, knowing that this is my livelihood. And the more I know about this animal that I'm dealing with, the better protected I'm going to be, in case I can't sing no more, in case I can't write anymore, in case I can't play anymore. What about business administration? What about publishing? What about accounting? What about management? There is many, many lucrative entities in this industry.
The word there is show business. Black Focus continues right after this.